Alright, welcome back all my legendary traders and entrepreneurs. Today's video I'll be showing you guys my top 3 trading strategies, and number 4 is a bonus that you don't want to miss, so stay till the end. It's the best one, and that's the one that I like to use to get the most out of my trading. Okay, so number 1, I'm going to be talking about moving averages. Number 2, I'll be talking about support resistance plus trend lines. And then number 3, I'll be using multiple indicators, which you'll see there's a couple indicators, so once I get to it, I'll just show you guys and explain to you guys each one. Okay, so first let's go to moving averages, which is one that is a lot easier to learn because you're basically just trading with the trend. So moving averages, if you want to add it on the left side here on your MetaTrader 4, it's just under indicators, trend, and then moving averages. So the purple one, I just set it to 50 exponential and then close. Close means that when price closes, that's what creates the algorithm for the next line for the moving average. So if you want to do open, you can do it as well, or any of the above, but I just use close, 50 exponential close purple. And that's more momentum, meaning like where price is currently going, it's faster, right? So that's what 50 kind of is what I've looked for. And then the next one is moving average 200. Everything the same. It's just that 200 and it's red. This one's more about trend. The difference between trend and momentum, right? So trend is like long-term wise where it's going. And then purple, which is the 50, is momentum, meaning what it's currently doing right now, right? So it's a faster view of what's going on. So I like it when both of them are going in the same direction and price is either above or below. If you're trying to sell, I like it to be below both. If you want to buy, I like it to be above both. Okay, that's all it is with moving averages. Once price breaks it, I would like to look at multiple time frames. At least look at it from the. I like to look at it from at least from the H1 down, so the hourly candles. So right here, price is under both the 200 and the 50. So I'm looking for a sell. M30s under both, so I'm looking for a sell, and the 15 under both, I'm looking for a sell. So for precise entry, I would like for price to break under for the M5, so M5 is under as well. M1 is also under as well. So surprisingly, this one's perfect for a sell, but it's not always going to be perfect that way. I like to look for it to come back and bounce on the moving averages. And bouncing meaning that go here, come back and hit, and then it'll come back down. Obviously here it didn't work out exactly as perfect, but I'll show you guys the next one, which is the moving averages and the trend lines, and then support resistance trend line. So it came in a bounce here, but the next strategy is one thing that you can also use with the moving averages for it to be confluent with each other. So instead of just entering right when it hits it, let's go back to the next strategy. The next strategy will be able to help you guys able to have a better entry. So with the moving averages, if it just comes here, if I was to aim for a take profit, I'll just look to your left. It's just very simple. Don't make Forex complicated. Just take what you can and get out of the market is what I've learned. Don't try to get all of it. For example, I mean, you could, but it just depends on your strategy. For me, I don't aim for it. Like some people, they'll go, okay, I'll go all the way down here. But I just want to get what I can out of the market and just get out quick, right? So I'll just do my take profit. Like if anything, the most I'll do is here. I want to be able to have a high percentage of winning, so I just take it to here. Take profit. I like to use M15 mostly for take profit. So here if I was to enter, let's say that it did bounce here, I would just aim for take profit for the multiple times that it's hit. So on these 2 points here, I'll just do take profit here and let price move towards it. Stop loss, I like to use higher time frames for stop loss because I want my stop loss. If you guys know me, I don't use a 1-on-1 risk reward ratio. I like to have a stop loss further and have a higher winning percentage. Not only does it increase your confidence, but you have less losing trades, and it makes you basically more confident trading. You know, if you do a 1-on-1, you have a lot of losses, and unless you have a proven strategy that 1-on-1 works for you, it's kind of difficult as a beginner to have such a losing streak when you have a 1-on-1 because it's kind of hard to read when you first start unless you've been looking at the market for a while. So my stop loss, I'll put it far. I'll put it here. I'll even put it here. but just make sure that your account balance is able to handle it. I like to scalp more, so my stop loss is a lot further than more normal other traders. But 90% of traders lose, So if you do what other traders do, how are you gonna win? You got to be the 10%, right? So that's what it is for moving averages. The next one is support and resistance with trend line. Okay, so let's just use this one again. So instead of earlier that I was telling you guys here, if you did enter here when price came and bounced here, you would have been in a little bit of a drawdown, meaning you would have had a little loss. But a strategy that I want to tell you guys how to enter is you wait. So right here, so this would have been the candle you enter, right? This one right here. This one would have been the one you entered if you're just gonna do perfectly textbook bouncing off the moving average, right? So it would have hit and you would have been drawdown, right? So, but instead of doing that, what you want to do is put a sell stop under the wick of that candle and let price break it, right? So keep doing it on the green candles. So this one closed, put it there. Strong candles only. I don't look at these as strong candles, so I don't put it. So you see here, this one strong candle, you put it here, and then you keep going. Weak candle, weak. So here, price will break, and then that's where you enter. It's not a big difference, but you saved yourself basically 3 pips. So it may not be a lot, but depending on your lot size, 3 pips could be hundreds to even thousands of dollars, depending on how big your account size is. So of course, price is not going to go exactly as you want. It went into a little drawdown, but you just saved a little bit of money. So price did drop, see, so now it's more accurate, I guess. But if you don't want to wait hour by hour, you could just enter there. But for me, I like to get the most out of the market, so I wait for price to come to me instead of reacting to price. I want price to come to me, right? So that's why I put price or my sell stop under this green candle and for price to hit it. So that's just a brief explanation of trend entry. So waiting for price to break the trend, and then so this one was a support resistance as well, right? So when your price comes and hit the moving averages, what I like to also do is draw your support and resistance. You could just do it without moving averages as well. So this strategy, it was just support and resistance without moving averages. Well, let's just say here, you can clearly see here that there is so you can go to line. There you go. So it's a lot clearer for you to see for your eyes. Is easier, a lot easier. So H1, I prefer drawing all my support and resistance on higher time frames and then moving down to the lower time frames for entry. So you can see there's a bunch of hitting here. Yep, there you go. So support resistance. So I'll put it here. Zoom out. I prefer just going up here, even right here. 1, 2, 3, multiple, as much touch as you can, whichever you're comfortable with. There's no right or wrong way to draw just point resistance line. It's just as you become more experienced, you look at the chart and you identify what is comfortable for you. When I first started trading, I would look at like the experts or whatever. You look at them. Oh, like my knives are not exactly where they put it, but it's different for everybody. The expert, he can draw it like that today. Tomorrow he'll draw it differently. Okay, so it's just whatever you see at the moment. And if you just trade off this exactly, then these will be my support resistance. So I might take profit and stop losses. So my stop losses, I would actually put it away from the. So let's say I'm doing a sell, right? So let's say price came here and I'm doing a sell. I will actually put another line up here and put my stop loss even above this one because I don't want it to hit my stop loss. Okay, so I'm putting it where price will never go. People usually put, oh, you know what? If it breaks multiple points here, then it's gonna go. Okay, so I like to just not lose. Okay, who likes to lose, right? Of course you'll lose sometimes, but so I just put my stop loss even up here so that price will not even get near to touching it. So price hit here, and if I was to do a sell, I will let price bounce, and then like I said earlier, look at the candle, let it break the strong candle here, right? So let it break the strong candle. Let's say this one will break the strong candle and let it come down, and then bam, you hit your. Well, with this already, you hit to take profit already here, but yeah, that's where it goes. So if you don't know how to draw a trend line, one thing you can do is the indicator here under what do you put it under? Well, it's just called zigzag. zigzag. So I like to put yellow, and I like to make it as big as I can. So the great thing about this one, you kind of see the trend line without you can just eye it here with this one. Crazy enough, you can also use it as a support resistance line as well. So when you go here, you have a little idea where it's going, but you look at the lower time frames, you can see these are basically showing you the peaks and the lows of the price. And it helps you entry, it helps you draw your lines. So if you go to a lower time frame, you can draw here and be able to just use this multiple points, come and bounce. So here it breaks, it breaks through, so it goes up here and it drops down, right? So with the zigzag is basically like a cheat code. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. Right now I usually just eyeball it because I can just look at the charts, and if you have moving averages on, you can tell basically where price is going. So that's the support and resistance plus basically trend line. You want price to break the previous candle, whatever time frame you use, but I like to use basically H1 or higher for support resistance and trend line. M30 I use, I still look at all of them, support resistance or multiple time frames for confirmation. And then M5 or M15 basically for entry is what I like to do. Use the candlesticks to break the previous strong candle. So here you put like a sell stop here, or you put a sell stop on this one, this candle over here, and then it'll break and then it'll drop, right? So like I said, it's not going to be 100%, but if you add this into your trading strategy, this alone, letting price break and let price come to you, that alone has saved me a lot of money. For me, that's one of the greatest strategy or one of the best confirmation for entry, because instead of just waiting for it to just hit your support resistance, you let price come to you, right? So sometimes you actually lose pips because price will actually go below it, and then you would have a better entry. But from the hundreds and hundreds of trades that I've documented and journaled, whenever I did that, I'm able to save more pips and make more money from it. Okay, so try it for yourself for your strategy. See how it is. Okay, so yeah, that is strategy number 2: support resistance and trend line. So let's go to strategy number 3. Strategy number 3 here is one of the strategies that I learned when I first started trading, using Bollinger Band 20, shift 0, deviation 2, whatever curve you like, color you like. So basically, let me just teach you one by one. So I like it all to be confluent with each other. So Bollinger Band, RSI stands for Relative Strength Index. I like to put it on 10 for default. Stochastic is a 10.33. Let me just open it all for you guys. And then CCI is 10, okay? So Bollinger Bands, I already showed you guys. RSI, basically showed you guys the 10 here. Close, stochastic, I do a 10.33. CCI is Commodity Channel Index. I use the Commodity Channel Index for entry, so once it flicks in my direction, I will enter. I'll show you. I'll explain more about that to you guys. But basically here, price is not really moving right now, so let's just go to a random spot. See where price is actually moving good. So let's just go here. So what it is Bollinger Band, the way to read it is that once it goes on this side, so you see here, this is the middle. Let's just think about it as a road. When you go on one side of the road, you want to stay on that side, and once it breaks that side, then it starts to stay on that side. This is the N15. Let's go to H1 to show more. The higher the time frames, the stronger it stays with there. So let's just say here, prices stay and go down. If you're just looking alone at the Bollinger Bands, that's how you explain it, but I'll show you guys the other 3 as well, so you guys can all use it together for you to have a better entry. So when price goes and goes to the other side, you're looking for buys, breaks down, you're looking for sells. It's kind of like the moving averages. If it's on the bottom, then you want to do that, okay? So one thing too, if it hits the top of the Bollinger Band, it's gonna snap back, hit the top, snap back, top, snap back, top, and hit the bottom. All right. So let's just stay here. You look at relative strength index. So basically, you want it to hit the top here for you to basically get out. Let's say you want to enter a buy on the bottom of the relative strength index, the RSI, and you want to do a sell from the top. Okay. So same thing with stochastic. You want price to cross for you to do a sell, and you want CCI to be on the top and going down for a sell. Okay, so you want Bollinger Band, RSI, Stochastic, and the CCI all to be lined up for you to do entry, right? So here, you can do a sell from this here because once price closes above the Bollinger Band, meaning that it's overbought, price is like way too far, and it's gonna bounce back. Okay, so if you look at here, right here would be a perfect example. Earlier I said that once it's on this side, you want to keep doing buys, but the thing is, once it passes the top, that's a confirmation for a sell. Okay, so you see our price closed above the Bollinger Band, which is the high top here, and price is to the 70. Price is going up, and the price CCI here. So one thing is that right when price flicks down like this, right? So you gotta wait for this candle here to close for CCI to point down. So I like it when CCI points down. For me, I see it as a great confirmation to enter when CCI flicks down. So bam, it flicks down, and I can just do right when the hour closes. This is a H1, so every candle is 1 hour. What do you call it? It closes, and then bam, you can enter. Take profit. If you're gonna use Bollinger Bands, I would just do take profit in the middle here. This middle Bollinger Band line here, and then stop loss above. And man, price hit take profit here, but yeah, it's not always gonna be take profit, but yeah, in this case it worked out perfectly, and then it went up that way, right? So you want it all to be confluent with each other, right? So boom, price is above, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You look at 4 things with this strategy, right? And then your entry, like I said, is right when price closes and your CCI flicks down, looking down, right? It's pointing down. That's when you want to enter. Bam. And yeah, I feel like CCI shows a more accurate indicator, but the RSI and the stochastic just kind of shows you where it will be going as well. So strategy number 4, right? The bonus strategy is the strategies that I use, and it comes after you learn all the 3 strategies and you put it all together, all right? So let's see here, this strategy here. So the only thing that's missing is the moving averages here. So 50, then moving average 200, red. So now, once you learn all the 3 strategies and you practice it, I want you guys to learn one by one, all right? And then put it all together. So now that you've learned about moving averages, support and resistance, and trend line, now you put it all together. And it might be overwhelming for me. I don't use RSI anymore. There's just too much to look at. I look at stochastic and CCI, and then I put support and resistance, and then trend lines. Okay, so I'm gonna just use the zigzag, like I taught you guys earlier. So it's easier for, instead of me having to draw trend lines, you guys can just see it straight up. So this one is odd NZD. Let me just draw it up real quick. If I was to trade this, how I trade it, right? So I told you guys you need to go green here. Let me trade it. Let me change the Bollinger Band colors so it's easier for us to see price. So this is how I'm marking my charts and how I'll enter using all of the above. So since I don't use RSI, really, I'm gonna remove RSI. All right, so this is the bonus strategy that I'm gonna teach you guys right here. Something that I use, support resistance, everything, right? So bam, you can already see here. Okay, so let's go to the higher time frames. So price is above, so you could be looking for buys depending on what you want. So look, H4, it's clear that it's a buying market, right? So right here, look, right here, you already trend line here. It's already, bam, it's already going up. Trend line, H4, right? Boom, H4. You can clearly see that it's doing this. You clearly see it's bouncing, 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 right? So looking for a good opportunity to buy right now. Boom, CCI. So H4 is a little too slow. So if you're doing day trading, meaning like multiple day swing trading, then yeah, you want to wait for these as well. But for me, I like to just get in like and out within the hour to like a day max. So if you look at H1, price is already below here. What I would have done is just look for a strong candle, so up, down, If I'm looking for buys, then I want price to, I would have done a buy stop. So right now I would do a buy stop here on this candle right here. Once price breaks this strong candle over here, then I will be doing a buy. As you guys saw earlier, I want to wait for price to come to me. So this candle right here, right? So I'll do a buy stop right here. But let me draw the support and resistance. So let's just do H4. So you can also see here, if you're gonna do a buy, if you want to do a buy, then you do up here. There you go. You just sell. Oh, so you put it down here. So stop loss. Okay, so depending on what strategy you're doing, it can be showing a buy or a sell. The thing is that it just depends on what strategy you do and what you like. Okay, so earlier I was saying you can do a sell, now you're doing a buy. It depends on what time frame you're looking at, and it depends on how long you want to hold your trade. Okay, so even though I'm doing a buy here, even on the exact same pair, you can be scalping a sell, right? You can, like right here, you can be scalping a sell, and let's just say you just want to take like 6 pips here, you can still do a sell, right? So that was one of the hardest things that I didn't really understand, is like, how come earlier you told us to do a sell, now you're telling us to do a buy? Because long term, you can do a buy, in the short term, you can do a sell, okay? Depending on what time frame you're looking at and how you want to do your trades, right? So that's how you can mark it up, be doing a buy long term, doing a sell short term, and even though you're within the same pair, you're scalping as you go up or swinging as it goes down, right? So it just all really matters on what you see. And like tomorrow, right? Tomorrow I can come back and I can mark it up and it'll be all different. So don't worry about being perfect. Just put in your reps, demo so you can double your demo count with multiple trades. If you haven't seen my other videos, watch my other videos on how I explain you guys at least do 100 trades before training up your strategy. But yeah, those are my 3 strategies, and those are the great strategies to work on. Master those strategies before moving on, and just keep practicing. Okay, so yeah, if you guys have any questions, comment down below. This was a lot of information, but keep watching over and over. Every video that I've learned from trading or anything in general, I watch it 5 to 10 times before I even get it down. Watch it and apply it. Watch it and apply it. Don't just watch it and then like, oh, I don't think it's gonna work. You just gotta try it. You're gonna find something that I don't find, and then it's gonna work out for you. It's not gonna work out for me, and the other way around, right? Some things work for me, something doesn't work for you. But if you guys find just a little tip here that helps you guys become at least a 1% better trader, that's overall over long term is gonna add up 1%. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys all for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll be happy to help you guys answer any questions you guys have. Comment videos or what you guys want to see. And I hope this helps you guys become a powerful trader in 2022, okay? Subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.